In my opinion, this is the first time I'm seeing Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua, show genuine seriousness in making that unification fight happen between himself and Deontay Wilder. Coming up. What's good, family? It's your boy Adewale. I'm back at you guys with more boxing talk. So I'm just a boxing fan that has a YouTube platform, and I talk about boxing on my platform because I can. So now I'm just going to be talking about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearn, like we all know, he's mostly known for being the promoter of the unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. And that guy has brought so much revenue to his company, Matchroom Boxing, and Eddie Hearn was a major figure in the negotiation process between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua in the unification bout that most boxing fans and even casual fans these days have been looking forward to, but hasn't materialized yet, right? And Eddie pretty much was, in my own opinion, right, he was the main person that stalled that fight from happening. I don't think Anthony Joshua would be scared of fighting Deontay Wilder because Anthony looks like a buck himself. You know, he looks like one of those dudes that don't care about getting knocked out or knocking someone else. He just wants to fight and get the job done. Same thing with Deontay Wilder. But Eddie Hearn in the picture, and Eddie Hearn's dad, Barry Hearn, they make it so difficult for that fight to happen, right? But let's see how it goes. Finally, Eddie seems like he's changing his tune, and he seems like he's really interested in making that fight happen between his fighter, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder. So in a recent interview with IFL TV, Eddie said, he was actually quoting, I'm just going to quote Eddie right now. He said, George Foreman actually said this is the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. All right. In terms of the revenue it will produce, I think he is right. But when you start hearing people like that say things like that, that gives me a fucking hard on. Eddie is weird, man. We could be involved in that, and AJ wants this fight so bad. I want to gamble. That's what I want to do. And I want them to gamble. We all know it's a gamble for everybody, Eddie Hearn says. 1 minute, AJ is the big favorite. Next minute, Wilder knocks someone out and he's the big favorite. The whole point is, are you ready? Do you want to do it? This is a fight which has become not just the biggest fight in boxing, but one of the biggest fights of all time. I know there is a chance AJ could lose, but I want to gamble. We all want to gamble. I'm tired and I'm done with the he said, she said. End quote. So with that statement from Eddie Hearn to IFL TV, me personally, this is my own personal opinion and thoughts. I feel like Eddie is finally ready to make that fight happen between his fighter AJ and Deontay Wilder, and that is a good sign because finally one of the major roadblocks to making that fight happen is putting his guards down, right? And that is a good sign that the fight might eventually happen sooner than we expect. So I feel like Eddie Hearn making this type of commentary, most Deontay Wilder fans and even regular fans like myself that have common sense, we tend not to believe Eddie Hearn at first based off of his history. Eddie Hearn has come out contradicting himself multiple times. It's all been documented. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the internet. The guy always comes out contradicting himself, just saying things that would make his fighters look good. And the most annoying thing about Eddie Hearn in my own world was when he was going on a smear campaign of Deontay Wilder, trying to downplay everything Deontay Wilder has accomplished in his career, trying to trash this man so that he can uplift his own fighter Anthony Joshua. I absolutely did not like that phase of Eddie Hearn's promotional career, and to me it just made him look like a total punk. Well, with that being said, I like the news coming out right now from Eddie Hearn, and I hope he backs it up with some real moves. Like, make that man this offer, man. Make that man, accept to the offer that man already put on the table, the 50-50. Just accept to it, man. Accept. You guys are gonna split the revenue, 50% for Deontay Wilder, 50% for Anthony Joshua, so we can have that fight happen. Because we boxing fans, honestly, as much as we get tired and frustrated of this particular fight, and it's the biggest fight in boxing, that's why we talk about it all the damn time, all right? But as much as we're getting tired of the back and forth between both teams, we still want to see this fight, right? So it's a good news coming out from Eddie Hearn's mouth. Finally, he's admitting that yes, he wants to make that fight happen. He's tired of the he said, she said, even though he's to blame for most of the he said, she said, by the way. But that's another story for another day. But that's just my thought and opinion on what Eddie Hearn said. Drop a comment, let me know what you feel. Peace.